Happy Tuesday. Welcome back. It's Book Talk Tuesday, and I'm in a different place now today. I've decided to come outside. It is beautiful, y'all. I spend a lot of time out here when my allergies are not bad. I love it. And when I came out today, we have this bird's nest that for 2 years in a row now it's been on our porch. We have a TV outside, and it's right by the cable box. And we've been listening. I come out and I've been listening. The baby birds hatched on... they might have started hatching on Friday. Mr. Wetzig thinks they started hatching on Friday. I heard them definitely on Saturday. The mom and dad birds were feeding them. And I walked out today, and 2 of them were like in the process of coming out of the nest, and they were hopping around and trying to get away from me on the porch. And so I was watching them for a little bit. Oh my gosh, they are so adorable. They're teeny little birds. I don't know what they are. The mom is probably about that big. She's not very big. She's got a white, like cream color chest, and her feathers are brown, different shades of brown. Oh, they're so precious. I don't know how many there are for sure. I saw 4 for sure, but there is some cheeping going on in my bushes, and I can't quite see in there. And Mom has been guarding. Doesn't want me to come too close. So I was watching that for a little bit. I love it. But we've got the baby birds now in the backyard. We have a cardinal family in the backyard. There's a blue jay that comes around here, and he is not very nice. And I have a hummingbird feeder back here, and I have 2 more back over this way. And we have hummingbirds now. It has been like just so nice. Like I can get out of the house and back here, and I feel like I'm just away and on a little vacation in my backyard. So I love it. And I like to read out here a lot too. So, I have all these plans before I get on. I'm like, I'm going to talk about this on Book Talk Tuesday. And then other things happen, and I have to talk to you about other things. So last week I talked about how I was just like cranking through all the books that I've been reading, and I'm trying to get to 50 before we go back to school on May 4th. And then I got all sidetracked with all the awesome things that authors are putting on the internet right now, what they're doing on their YouTube channels, what they're doing on Instagram, what they're doing in Facebook. They're just like everywhere. These authors are doing awesome things, and illustrators. And it makes my heart so happy. And there are 3 that I wanted to share with you today. I don't have any of these books in my house, so I'm just going to have to tell you about them. So the first one is Jarrett Krosoczka, I might be saying that wrong. I always say his name wrong. I even listened to it 3 times on his YouTube channel before I got on here to say it right. I think it's Jarrett Krosoczka. Anyway, so he is the author of the Lunch Lady series. He's done some of the Jedi Academy books. Here, he's right here. There's Jarrett. That's his name. That's his picture. This is from his website. So he is doing drawing lessons every single day. He does drawing lessons. And I have never really thought of myself as an artist, because I stink as an artist, but I've never really tried to be an artist. So I did the first lesson with him, and here is my lunch lady. I drew a lunch lady. I have a Yoda, but he's only halfway done, so he's not all the way finished. I started working on Yoda, and then I got sidetracked with something else. But every day he's doing lessons. He's just really, as he's talking, he talks about, tells a couple of stories from his life, or how he started drawing this, or getting into different things. He gives you great tips. So if you are an artist already, I think you will get a lot from this. I got a lot from it, and I have no idea what I'm doing. And he also has this pug, and so he switches to the pug cam every now and then, so you see his pug. It just was so fun, y'all. So fun. So, sorry, my lip is itching. Even if you don't draw normally, it might just be a fun thing for you guys to do, especially if you enjoy comics and you like reading them and you're just kind of curious about them. So the other thing that I found out about recently, like very recently, maybe yesterday, is Jason Reynolds. If you go to my school, you know I love Jason Reynolds. Jason Reynolds is doing a reading every day live this week on Instagram. I have a picture of that too. On Instagram, of him reading from his book, Look Both Ways. And Look Both Ways is 10 different stories on a city block. So as you're walking down the city block, it's like he made up stories or tells stories of the people that he's passing on the way home from school. And he did say yesterday, if you you don't have to read them in any order. You can read them all out of order, but the last one you have to read last. So that was good to know. It's kind of windy out here. So I listened yesterday, and then I stopped. Because it was Library Lunch Bunch. That was on the computer on a Zoom meeting with some kids from school with Library Lunch Bunch. I took a picture yesterday. I had Mackenzie take a picture of me holding my phone, listening to Jason Reynolds. Y'all, and then today I was able to listen to the whole thing. At the end, he had questions. He let you ask questions. It was great. I love it. I cannot wait to read this whole book. He is an amazing author because it's like he's just talking to you, like he's just telling you a story. And that's how he reads. He reads it like he's just talking to you and telling you a story. And I love it. I love stories. So anyway, Jason Reynolds is great. You would find his books in intermediate schools for sure. 5th and 6th grade would have the track series, which is 4 different books about different people on an elite running team, and it's just their stories, which is really very diverse stories and awesome, really diverse and awesome stories, and how they, all have to get along and come together to run on this team together. And he also has, like at our school, we have Miles Morales, which is like a modern day Spider-Man. We've got As Brave as You, which I love. As Brave as You. It is a story about Jeannie and Ernie, these 2 brothers that live in Brooklyn, and their parents are going to send them to grandparents' house for the summer, which is kind of, a lot of kids go to their grandparents during the summer, but these kids have never been. They're leaving Brooklyn to go to Virginia, out in the country, which they've never done before, and they don't know their grandparents. And the mom and dad failed to mention that grandfather is also blind. He's also blind. So they're learning a lot. They're experiencing things they've never experienced. And in the book, Ernie, the older brother, turns 14, and grandfather says, "Oh, it's time for you to learn to shoot a gun. You should learn to shoot a gun." And Ernie doesn't want to. He doesn't want to. His younger brother, Jeannie, doesn't understand. He's like, "This is so cool. Why wouldn't you want to do that?" So I think Jeannie is discovering that sometimes bravery means not doing the things that you believe you shouldn't do. I mean, sometimes you need to be brave and stand up and prove your bravery, but sometimes you prove your bravery by not doing things. It is amazing. It's long, so when you see it, it's long. It is. But it is worth it. It is worth your time to read that. He has a lot of other books that would be in the 7th and up campuses. And I have not read them yet, but I want to. He just is an amazing storyteller. So every day this week he's reading that, his Look Both Ways, part of that book. And then he also, every Tuesday, through the Library of Congress, he's the National Ambassador for children's literature. And every Tuesday he is posting on Instagram, and you can go onto the Library of Congress site. He's doing Write, W-R-I-T-E, R-A-G-H-T, R-I-T-E. And he's giving prompts for you guys to do your own writing, and adults, anybody, to do their own writing and to think about every Tuesday. And the one that he gave for today was awesome. I'm not going to tell you. You can go and look that up yourself. So those are a couple of them that are really awesome right now. There's one more, and that's Rex Ogle, and he is doing a quarantine, T-E-E-N, series through Junior Library Guild, and he is reading chapters of this book every day as we're going through this quarantine, and he is asking for your input, for kids' input on the ages of his characters, plot twists, things that could happen, just ideas for the book. So he's asking for that, so you can go back and watch the ones he's already done, and they're live every Tuesday at they might be every day. Anyway, they're at 2 o'clock. So in the comments or in the description below, I'm going to put information about these 3 things. Rex Ogle also has a book called Free Lunch that's really It's a super popular book. I haven't gotten my hands on it yet, but it's about a kid who grew up, he and his brother often didn't have food to eat. They wore secondhand clothes, and he got free lunch at school because his parents couldn't afford it. And it was a big deal. Like, they made a big deal about it, announcing it and everything in class. It was really kind of humiliating for him. Anyway, I can't wait to read that book. So those are 3 great ones to follow online right now. There are lots more, and it's kind of overwhelming. If you look in my blog from this week, it gives you some more, and I'll put that in the description as well below. You guys have a great week. I can't wait to hear what you've been reading. I miss you, and I can't wait to see y'all again. And if I haven't met you, maybe one day it would be awesome if we could meet, because I know I have a lot of people that watch this, and I don't even know who you are. So I appreciate you. Thanks for coming, and have an amazing day.